time for a little bit of Johnny trades as the E-mini S&Ps meander up 29 near the highs of the day, which is about 2 handles higher than where we are right now.
We get a little bit of a downside move. That SPX position should start to work that we just put on. So.
Yeah, you sold it at 470. Mid price is 455, 460, something like that. It hasn't moved too much, even though it does have a little bit of short delta to it. But you're right. You need a little bit of a down move and time to go by, maybe even 15, 20 minutes, maybe a half an hour for that to come in. Johnny trades, where we go for smaller sized accounts, try to cater to you and what we are looking for. I have a couple of names, unless you want to do something. Okay, so I'm just going to throw some, I'll give you a list and throw some out.
Let me get in because we got a couple things to do. Because if you remember, we did a Cisco trade for not really for earnings, but it was going into earnings. We just did a short call spread here. We had earnings, obviously, after the close yesterday. That spread, it's coming pretty nicely. So I think we're going to take the money and run on that. So that's going to free up a little bit of capital here. It was a March position, basically lost, all of its value or so here. So we're going to just bang that one out and get rid of that. The rest of our portfolio kind of flat. I mean, we're losing a couple dollars on Netflix. We've got the short put spread that goes through the end of next week. That one's been kind of a tough one, but the rest of the position's kind of flat here. So
define your trade in Netflix is you're probably going to have mostly in a Johnny size account.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to throw some names at you real quick. You let me know what grabs you. I tried to go to higher implied volatility and smaller price stocks, but again, that's subjective because you can make any trade smaller by having defined risk like what you just used in Netflix.
Yes.
Are you ready? You've been trading a lot of oil. How about USO? You've been trading a little bit of silver. How about SL?
Yep, go on.
SLV. HIMS has been in play. I thought it was a smaller price stock. It has high implied volatility. Might be something to do there. IBIT, since you seem to be a fan of Ryan's, I put IBIT in there. Something to do.
Okay.
BE. I don't know if the markets are going to be good enough for you in a Johnny size account, but BE is there. You mentioned DraftKings for earnings. Maybe trying to do a little earnings play in there. You've been hot on the earnings plays.
Go on. Sorry.
And then Oracle I just threw in there because I'm long Oracle and I needed higher.
I think DraftKings is an interesting one because stock is near lows. I mean, it's gotten absolutely killed. I think we could sell a put as like a wheel type position and kind of try this one out and see if we can, obviously you sell the put for into earnings. If the stock goes up, great. You take your money and run. If the stock goes down, you can wheel into stock, and it's a lower price stock. So, capital it's not like a really, high capital.
It's not going to use a lot of buying power, even if you take stock and then have to sell calls again.
And then sell calls, yeah. And this will be like kind of a static delta position. So I'm thinking about that. What do you think of that?
I don't hate it. The only thing that'd be, what are you going to do? You got a $2.50 expected move with 1 day to go. If you go all the way to the expected move, you're around 24 on the 1 day options, which gives you only about 20 some odd cents. 40 some odd cents. If you go to the 8 day options, you get about double the amount of premium. What are you thinking?
I guess we could try to go to the 8 day and try and get like around $1. I mean, we're not going to get $1 here at the 25 strike. I was thinking really to do it in the weekly. Look at this. The NASDAQ just sold off down 20.
Yeah, NASDAQ just turned red, and the E-mini S&Ps are up 13. Your spread, although you need the down move, is only trading around 450, 460, something like that. It hasn't moved too much.
What do you think about doing the weekly expiration, the 25 strike? We'll try and get filled to like 75 cents.
Yeah, with the credit received, you're almost
basically at the expected move on the downside. The idea being if we get down to 25, we'll take stock and sell calls and kind of wheel it from there.
Sounds good. As long as you can promise me it's not going to open at like 19.
I can't promise you that. And quite frankly, I mean, DraftKings has been a pig. So
anything is possible.
All right. So we're going to do that. We're going to do the 25 strike there.
Perfect. And if you push that through, I'll send it through.
All right, here, give me a second.
And you'll see that come through on Johnny Trades on the follow page. As you see all our trades that come through on the bats normally. When we do this segment, they'll come through on Johnny Trades. So you should see that right now. All right, next one.
I think Oracle was kind of an interesting one. I think we could play this neutral because we have enough long delta elsewhere. I think this will be a good one. You've got an IV rank of 98. Volatility is really high, obviously. It hasn't really rallied, unfortunately, because we've been long delta, but maybe just an iron condor here.
Earnings on March 9th. A higher price stock, $155, $60 stock, $156 where it is right now. But yeah, I think an iron condor probably delta neutral is the way to go.
Go somewhere around the 20 delta. Go $10 wide.
Sure.
All right. Let's see if we get filled above the mid price.
Yep.
All right, so we're in 330. We sold the 190-200 call spread, the 135-125 put spread. You're selling around a 20-ish delta. You can see there's a ton of skew here, just via they're basically the same delta short options, but you have about $20 more on the upside here. So we're doing that as our neutral position. What do you think for something to put a little bearish position on?
Sure. What are you looking at?
We've got some diagonal spreads in IWM and SPY, I believe, put diagonal spreads. We could. I have one in SPY for sure.
Okay.
And then IWM. So we have SPY and IWM. You want to look at
that only leaves the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is down small this morning, but just a skosh off of highs.
What about GM? I just went to the 52-week near highs, and because we're looking at something we want to get a little bit of short delta in something that's near highs. What about a GM that seems to go up every single day?
It sold off last couple of days, catching a little bit of a bid right now, up $2. Yeah, I don't mind it. IB rank of 22 is neither here nor there. I mean, you want to do. I guess you're going to want to stay in March. You want to just do a straight put spread or like an at the money put spread, get you a little bit more, or you want to sell a call spread?
I was going to sell a call spread. I mean, it's not the highest volatility on the board. Let's see what we got. What else we got here? You got TSM. Do you really want to step in front of that? Let's take a look at TSM just because you mentioned it. Up $4, $378 stock. The unbelievable move to the upside. Now in March in here, you're gonna have to go $10 wide, which is gonna make it a little bit probably a little bit too much buying power for this account. And the call spreads are going to trade cheap because there's so much call skew, and you can't afford to do a naked option in there. Maybe a call ratio spread might be something for a larger size account. You might be able to go $20 wide and still collect $1 or so in credit or a little bit more. That might be interesting, but you can't do it in this size account. Let's do the GM.
Okay.
So a GM call spread.
I mean, we are Ford people now that your brother has a Ford Explorer.
I guess so, but we could look at Ford too.
You're a Jeep person, so you anti-GM. It seems like.
No, isn't Stellantis part? I guess Stellantis is separate.
Chrysler or something, is it?
Yeah.
Chrysler. Yeah. Whoa, you gave that away.
The what? What do you mean? I went at 125. It was 15 cents above the mid price. I got filled 5 cents above.
I'm just teasing you.
What are you talking about? Come on.
As the markets are wider in there, you got to be careful on your pricing.
Yeah. So we got a little bit of short delta in GM. That was a $5 wide call spread, so a little bit smaller position. We did the Oracle Iron Condor, 1/3 the width of the strikes. We collected $3 and change on that one, about $700 in risk. The GM position, we had about $400 in risk. And then we did the DraftKings short put into earnings, potentially wheeling that position. So we're not going to be here tomorrow. If we get a down move below 25, we're going to take the stock. And then next week we'll sell call against it.
Yeah.
And so we've got, I would say that's probably our I don't know. What's the biggest risk position that we put on? Probably the Oracle position from a total risk perspective.
Yeah, you got almost $700 there.
In the short term, it's probably the DraftKings position.
Yeah.
So we got one of each.
Yeah. Good job. I mean, that's how you kind of flatten out your delta, pretty much delta neutral at all-time highs in the market, right?
Yeah. Oh, we forgot let's do Bitcoin too. Let's do IBIT.
Oh, okay. Let's do IBIT. Sure. That was one that I looked at. You could do 4 trades. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate your permission.
What are you going to lean here? It's been an absolute dog.
I think you do a diagonal spread here. You play into this. I guess there really isn't that much skew anymore, but you play the upside small. You don't want the downside risk.
Sure, that would make too much money if you had some.
If you just played it to the downside, or you do like a calendar spread, maybe.
Ooh, I hate calendar. You got to go diagonal. Calendar's like kissing your sister. There's no reason to do this. I mean,
I agree.
March has a 69 monthly implied volatility. May has a 67, 2 vol differential. That's good enough. I mean, 5 would be awesome.
Yeah.
If you're looking at March, May, which is a lot of months in between there, because there is no April options, the April monthlies at least.
Let's try the 40, 43, May, March. I guess we don't. Yeah. I mean, I wish we had the.
It's going to have a lot of time to it. It's going to be slow moving.
Yeah, you're basically just buying. I mean, you're buying the call, and then if you get the up move, you might be able to roll the April for 50 cents or $1, and maybe even roll it up and out and give yourself more room to the upside. So this one is not going to move all that much in the short term.
Mm-hmm.
So
far so good.
All right, 260. I'm in.
Beautiful. Cool. Good job out of you, my friend.
That's 4. So we leaned, I guess we're net a little bit long here.
Yeah, ever so slightly.
There we go.
All right. Good job out of you. What happens next, my friend?
We're going to take a quick little 90-second break, come back. We got a market measure. We're going to be talking about different sentiments in the market, and VIX levels. It's a good one.
Beautiful. Let's do that. Immediately following these messages. Listen, Tasty Live.
Thanks for watching. If you want more context and more ways to think about markets, check out more of our videos. And don't forget, give us a like, comment, subscribe, and watch Tasty Live.